Right, it's Wednesday night. We've got the car back in the shed. We're trying to get ready for Tamworth on Saturday. And as far as I know, it's got a few things to do. Got to fix some wire and stuff. There's an oil leak, and I hope it's just around the oil pressure sender because we had to produce up on it. But I think that's all that is. I'll change the way the kill switch is wired, and I'll put the earth on the fans. So it's a bit to do. We probably 60-40 chance of getting it done in time. There's a couple of things I want to do as well, but we'll see how we go. So let's get into it. Otherwise, the car is looking the best it's looking in years. Darren's been painting the engine bay. Got some new panels on there. Had an issue with this paint. It come out matte. Like it should look more like that, and it looks like that. So we've got some more paint turned up. I had a chance to actually paint it there. Yeah, so the bit's a different colour to the guard, but you get that. Got the radios down in the back. There's a nice big cover there for it. We'll put a bit of mesh in the front of it as well. It's another thing we'll do. I was going to put the switch back on the dashboard. That might not happen this time. But yeah, what we've got is we had a bit of complication. We had to get the sump out, change the sump, so to get the motor out. So we're going to fix some wires up here. And also, what we did notice was that there's an oil leak at the side of the motor here. And we've changed the sump, it was definitely leaking. So I'm thinking, it's in a terrible spot down there. We'll get that out, check that out, put a bit of thread tape on it maybe, put it back in. If that sorts our problem, that's our biggest problem at the moment. If we can't get that sorted before Saturday, we're done for. So I'll get to it, we'll get back to you and show what's going on. So far, no luck with their pressure sender, so there's some gauge wiring to do there. They can wait till that's done. But I'm going to change how the kill switch is wired and put the earth on the fan. So I might get it done tonight. Then I'll go buy a spanner and we might get that done later. With the kill switch, you've got two other terminals there. The big ones isolate the earth. So when the car's turned off, nothing can drain the battery. But we need to actually put a switch wire in the ignition somewhere so it's not getting power. Cut the power off to the car, so it will stop the car if there's an issue when they hit the kill switch up there. At the moment, yeah, you hit that switch, it still runs because the alternator's still running. So we've got to kill the power to the alternator, to the ignition itself. So we're probably going to tap into either the start switch there, or the main power switch there, or you can do it straight from the source where it comes out of the battery. It's a big wire there, don't mess with that too much. That goes to our fuse box. So yeah, I can go from between the fuse box and the starter switch. I'll start out the main key there. So I find that wire, we'll run a little divert up into that switch up there. So either I can turn the whole thing off here. Demonstration, so this turns the whole thing on here like that. Or it can be turned off up there by a marshal if need be. Just something to look out for. The connector there sort of pushes its way out of the connector. I want to start looking at this to get this wiring done and notice that the car cut out. So we'll put it apart, get it back in properly, and then we'll find what wire we're going to tap into. So determine this yellow wire is the main feed to the dashboard. So we'll splice our other bit of wire into that, which is right here. It's a bit of the alternator wire at the car. We shortened that up when we redid the wiring, so we can use that. It's just a nice heavy duty cable. So we'll just splice that into there, and that should make it either turn off out there with the kill switch or turn off here with the main switch. There we go. So we've added some wires from the wiring harness up into a kill switch. So that also kills the power. So now hit the kill switch and takes the whole thing out. And we'll just try something. We'll start the car. Yep, works like it should. Right, next is the ground for the fan, and then we're on to the engine. We're back here on Thursday of our effort to get this car ready. So today we've been on the way home, we went to the Mitre 10, got some white gaffer tape, we'll tape up around the computer, plus if we get to it, we'll put make some numbers out of that. We bought a 1-inch socket to hopefully get this bloody oil pressure sender off down there somewhere. That's the biggest highlight. We're going to get that off, see if that's what's leaking, seal that up. If we can get that done, there's a little bit of wiring to do, and it should be close enough to run the car, but we'll see what happens. There's also a bit of an X factor at the moment. That's what the clouds are going to do and how far west they go. Anyhow, I'll see if we can get this oil pressure sender off and we'll be back. Right, some issues accessing this, so we're going to take this fuel rail out. Might get a bit more room to get down through here, and so let's give that a go. Here's what we've got. I managed to get this spanner, universal joint, that socket. We've tightened this up some more. Before that sensor was pointing straight down, now it's on a 1-2 o'clock position. So this is about our only shot. If this is holding the oil in better, we're set. Otherwise we're going to have to pull this manifold off, pull it all apart and actually assemble it separately. But I'll put this fuel rail back in. We had to take this little motor off the front again. I'm just going to pull that back in, hit the key, see where the oil goes. Wish me luck. Alright, this is the storm and the rain starting. Right, we've got this a bit further around now, it's a bit tighter. We got a fuel roller back in, the alternator reconnected. Now we connect the gauges back up, that's neither here nor there at the moment. We've got a little motor rig attached. Might hit this with it's hard to see down here. Down, let's have a look, see what we can see. There we are. Down in there. That's where the oil's coming out. So I might hit that with some degreaser. Again, somewhere. And then we'll get the car running and hope for the best. It is definitely tighter. Point out the thing we're looking at. So hit it with some good degreaser, see if we can get it a bit cleaner down there. And go from there. Get down in there. I'll give that a bit of a hose. That's inside, should be right. We'll give it a test. Alright, so to degrease it, give it a wash with some water, still wet down there, so while it's drying a bit, we'll hook our gauges back up so we can keep an eye on them while we test it. Make sure it does have oil pressure and whatnot. So we'll get them hooked up, and then we will test it out and see how our weekend's going to pan out. Well, this part of our weekend anyhow. We're going to come down now. People say I'm not committed to this stuff. I've got the theory that you can't get hit by lightning where it's raining, so we'll keep on going. We're getting there. It's solid in the road. And we've got the wire to go to the power, the oil pressure sensor. I couldn't find it, but I found this on the floor. This is the one that actually broke off the last oil pressure sensor, so we'll use it again. Right, running question time. Australian export water dispersant spray. Where do they export this stuff to? That's all I always wondered. Anyhow, let's get back to the car. I think I mentioned this yesterday, I think, that the air for the fan, I reckon we'll drill that rivet there out. There we go, get in the shot, put it in there. We have the one final large flange rivet left. The rest of Darren's are all in this car somewhere, probably more than this. So yeah, we'll have to drill, actually drill both layers through that maybe. It's a big rivet, but, or we'll just put it there. You can have its own new hole. And yeah, drill it there, scrape a little bit of paint off. That means our wire will sit like that, won't get into the fans. Should be good. Wait for the end to build up, because this is like the last match in the fifth element. It's the last pot rivet in this garage. There we go. Keep an eye on that, actually the fan's working. Looking down there now, that was where all the oil was. It's not that bad. You can just see that Ford logo on the engine mount. It is. So this is our chance. We're going to start it. See if oil comes out down there, and if it doesn't, we'll check it again tomorrow and go from there. Righto, power on. Oh, there you go. It's a good start. Our oil pressure light's working again. Water gauges are working. More pressure, close that pressure. You can see the atmosphere it is. Try a fan. Yeah, the fan works. Set the key. Yeah, set a gear. Right, you can always see my finger moving down there. It's not looking positive here. It appears to be fresh oil there. So we'll give it a clean and check it out tomorrow, but it's not looking good. Anyhow, inside the injury, it looks like the front camera on the phone, they've got some sort of dark spot right there. It's interesting. Anyhow, yeah, so it's not looking good. Looks like we've still got an oil leak. We're not going to have time to get it ready for Tamworth on Saturday. because tomorrow we have to load it. It's got to adjust the brakes on the trailer. Let's go down tomorrow and load the car. So it's looking like we'll be getting it ready for Canada on the 7th of February, I think it is, the big Alan Butcher Memorial Super Stand meeting. It's going to be a good one up there, so we'll work towards that at the moment. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but them's a break sometimes. Lightning's still going up there. Haven't hit the lightning yet, it's a good start. So yeah, I think it's time to go have some dinner. I think we're going to have to pull that whole intake manifold off. Bit of a job to get a good go on that oil pressure sensor. So it's never been right. There's only a new thing we put in there. It's probably never been right since we've had it in there. So, ooh. Nah, I won't worry about that. So we get that extension part out and just get rid of the gauge, just put the oil pressure light in. But I don't think we're going to have time to do that. So I think we're just going to have to call it, unfortunately. And yeah, go from there. So anyhow, as always, not all videos can be a winner, but do me a favour, I'm not the help I can get now. Yeah, make some comments, like, subscribe. Anyone's seen his dark patch on a phone before, send me a message to him what that is. So yeah, right. That's been a bit of a mission, but there's took some other videos in the meantime of the car, so we can edit some of that together. And we've got on coming up to show us how we do, show you how to do the signs for the car. I've got them cut out. We've just got to get them onto the car. So yeah, that one's coming up. I'm back with the body camera. I've had a thought. But maybe just that bit at the end there, I was a bit careful when I was washing it. Maybe it's old oil from the other day. So what we've done, we've degreased it. Get a bit of wipe, let it dry. And tomorrow, all will be revealed. We'll see how we go, if it's good or bad. So stay tuned for the update tomorrow. So yeah, there we go. This is the actual in the video. We'll see you next time.